guys, welcome back and welcome to Bookmas Day 7. So today is just going to be a weekly vlog and I'm just going to take this week to try and get through my December TBR as much as possible. So one of the books that I'm reading physically at the moment is Winter Animals by Shani Lewis. If you watch my reading thrillers for 24 hours video, you would have seen me start this and maybe heard some of my initial thoughts on this book. But essentially it's about this woman in her late 30s. She's having a bit of a midlife crisis because she's just got divorced. She's been kicked out of her house. She's pretty much living out of her car when she kind of meets up with this young group of recently graduated university students from England who are basically living like nomads in the town that she's from in Oregon. It's a ski town, so it's at the base of a mountain, and they're basically living in this abandoned hotel there, kind of like a resort, and they invite her to join them, and we don't really know why they take interest in her. It's kind of like the quickest paced character driven book I've ever read. I'm on page 83, which is chapter 10 at the moment, and yeah, I don't think it'll take me too long to read this one actually, so I'm gonna try and finish this in the next couple of days. Another book that I'm in the middle of right now is Icebreaker by Hannah Grace. This is like a hockey ice skating romance. I'm exactly 60% of the way through this on chapter 29. I'm kind of like picking up where I left off with this, and I started reading it again yesterday. I only read a couple of percent, but I do want to keep reading this book. I just need to reorient myself into the story and like where things were left off. I don't know why I stopped reading it, to be honest. Like, it is pretty entertaining. I think potentially because I really like slow burn romances, and I do feel like they've got together like super quickly within the story, and I'm like, what else could there be to this book? What am I kind of waiting to happen? I don't feel like I was on tenterhooks just like waiting for the romance payoff, because it already happened like very early in the book. That might have been possibly why I stopped reading this, but yeah, I'm gonna try and get back into it today because I'm really in the mood for romance. I thought this would be a good one to read over this week, and yeah, hopefully I can finish it quite soon because I think I've only got like 3.5 hours to go. Right now Jamshed's on his way over here. We're gonna hang out today, hopefully bake some cookies. I'm thinking of making white chocolate and cranberry cookies, either that or like white chocolate chip cookies with a chocolate dough. What do you even call those? It's not like triple chocolate cookies, it's like white chocolate chip cookies. I don't know how to explain it. So yeah, we're gonna do that later. I'm gonna try and convince him to watch a Christmas movie with me because we haven't done that yet. But yeah, it's pretty horrible outside. It's very stormy at the moment, so no plans on leaving the house, to be honest. But yeah, welcome to a new vlog. I'm excited to spend the week with you. Okay, we went with the double chocolate chip cookies and we're just about to watch a movie, I think. What's the movie called?
That Christmas.
That Christmas. Not Last Christmas or any other Christmas. That Christmas. I feel like I look ill when I don't wear makeup sometimes. So right now I am literally just planning a video. So I've just been on my laptop this morning doing some research on my 2025 anticipated releases. That video should already be out. It should be the last video either Friday or Saturday. I've still got 7 books to kind of like write a little paragraph about. But yeah, if any of my videos seem kind of scripted, it's because usually I just do a little bit of research before I sit down to film them, because I am so shocking at like retaining information, especially when I'm talking about so many books. When it comes to like the top 10 books of the year or like end of year book tag or anything, the idea of thinking about all of the books that I've read from January up until now and like trying to remember the details of all of those books, even if I love them, is so daunting to me because I kind of just want to justify why I love them so much at the time. But because I don't keep like a proper reading journal, which I definitely feel like I should start doing, this year is just going to be a bit of a weird one. I really hope those kind of like end of year videos actually turn out okay and I can actually get my thoughts across and like remember the details of those books, because yeah, I just have like kind of stage fright about talking about those, especially because they're so important to me, some of them. But anyway, so that's what I've been doing this morning. I also, sorry about the mess on the table, just had my new Wi-Fi fitted. I had to get up at like 7 this morning, which isn't that crazy, but I had to get up at that time because the engineer was coming to fit it at 8. So yeah, I really need a coffee actually, like desperately, so I'm gonna make myself one in literally a couple minutes. But I thought I'd do a little bit of an unboxing just because this isn't actually for me, this is a Christmas present, but it literally just arrived and I remembered that I was filming this vlog, so I thought why not unbox it. I'm gonna tell my best friend Amy that she can't watch this bit if she is watching my vlog, because I know that she does sometimes. Wait, did I say it was a Christmas present? This is a birthday present for her because her birthday is actually New Year's Eve. We don't actually do Christmas presents, which is probably a good thing, so it makes her birthday a little bit more special. So how I found this was on an Instagram ad, and I don't usually get things through Instagram, but they looked so perfect for her. So I've actually mentioned in like previous videos, I think during Vampathon, that my friend has insomnia. I just feel so horrible for her, so I just saw this and I thought if anything could help, then I'm gonna try and get that for her. It's done really nicely. This is gorgeous. The company's called Sweet Bee Organics. It's basically natural products to like help you. I think a lot of their products are for women going through the menopause. Ooh, okay, it's actually already kind of wrapped up in a box. I feel like that might be the way I give it to her. Either like this in a little gift bag, or I'll wrap this. Anyway, I really hope that this makes a difference for her, or like even if it doesn't make like a staggering difference, that it just relieves some of her anxiety. Okay, so I'm gonna tuck this away somewhere because she might be coming over later. For now, I'll just put it under the Christmas tree. It's kind of sweet. Also, I really should update you guys with my reading. So I did carry on reading Winter Animals. So I've read at least up until chapter 12, which is page 113. I listened to that chapter on a walk the other day and it was so lovely. It was really nice to listen to the audiobook for this, to be honest, because I think this is the sort of book that I would kind of struggle to motivate myself to read if I didn't necessarily have the audiobook alongside it. It's definitely not really for me. Like, I'm enjoying it enough that I don't want to DNF it. And also I did not carry on reading Icebreaker, although I would still love to read this in this vlog. I don't know if I've got the time, so that's just going to be on the back burner for now. It was a nice thought, but I am going to prioritize my physical TBR. So the other book that I've started since talking to you guys is Beartown by Frederick Buckman. I started that one in a Instagram polls choose my day, kind of like dictate my day vlog. But yeah, I started Beartown. It's actually upstairs, so I'm not going to go grab it right now, but I do want to read more of it today because I've really gotten into it. I read the first 100 pages for that video, so I actually did read 60 pages of it a couple of years ago, and I didn't really understand the writing style, but now I just have such an appreciation for it. And I think it's one of those cases of right book, wrong time. I just needed to age a little bit more and read a little bit more to actually appreciate Frederick Buckman's writing. I feel like his writing comes from a lot of life experience, and he writes from the perspective of so many different types of people, like older people, really young people, like teenagers. So I do think he's quite a master at getting like into the mind of his characters, because every single character, I feel like there's a lesson to be learned from like what they're doing, and literally every single chapter kind of revolves around evolving themes. So the overarching theme is kind of about morality and what you'd kind of do to protect a legacy, and how far you'd go to kind of like protect your own interests or the interests of the greater good. But within that, there are so many like micro topics that he kind of goes into with every single chapter. He'll write a little paragraph and it will be kind of like amusing or kind of just like a little idea, and then he will kind of develop it throughout the next few pages and then bring it back to that original point, which I think is like such an interesting and unique way of writing. I don't think I've seen that anywhere else, and if I had, I think it would bug me because it would feel just so formulaic, and like every single chapter was kind of like a mini essay, but it doesn't feel like that at all. It's done in really surprising ways. When those little tidbits come up later in the chapter, it's usually like a really nice surprise, and I'm like, oh okay, that's what he was talking about there, and that's how it like relates to that character and like the town in general and like the book in general. So yeah, it's just such an interesting read, and it's also super entertaining, fast-paced. I really don't know why I was struggling with it a couple of years ago, but I'm not going to question it because I'm really glad I'm reading it right now. I think this is like the perfect time and like when I should be reading it. One last thing I'll say before I go about my day. I've been really enjoying Bookmas, and my favorite part of Bookmas is the comments. So if you're ever like questioning whether you should comment and like say something, even if it's like something really small or brief or like emojis, anything, please just comment, because it's honestly my favorite part. So yeah, I just wanted to say for the first time, I think, just how much I appreciate chatting with you guys in the comments. Like when you do comment, it's honestly always the highlight of every single video, like not even making the video, but just being able to talk to you guys about books or just like things going on. So yeah, just want to say that. Love you guys, and yeah, I'm gonna get on with my day, so I will speak to you guys later. I have just finished filming that new releases video and I'm exhausted. I love talking about books, but sitting cross-legged on the floor in jeans was probably not a good idea. Yeah, it just takes it out of me, and also I always get like the driest throat when I talk, even though I had water and tea. Anyway, my friend isn't coming over anymore tonight because she woke up feeling really sick and she had a really bad night's sleep. So yeah, it's just gonna be me and you guys for the rest of the afternoon and evening. I literally have no plans, but I might watch the second Star Wars film. What's it called? The Empire Strikes Back, I think. I might be a really fake fan if I got that wrong, but I watched the first one, A New Hope, yesterday and I just really enjoyed it. It just made me feel really comforted because my parents love Star Wars and we had it on all the time when we were children. So yeah, it's just a really nostalgic and comforting series for me, and we used to just put it on a Sunday afternoon and just enjoyed it so much. So yeah, I might do that, and I think I'm gonna skip the 90s ones and go straight on to Kylo and Rey and John Boyega, but I'm not sure. It just depends how I feel because those are my least favorite. I still enjoy them, but now that I've started the older ones, we're not in chronological order anymore, so I don't know what to do. We need to put some candles on because it's a bit chilly in here. There we go. This is the nicest candle ever. It's called Snowfall, drifting down without a sound. I think my mum got it for me last Christmas. Look how cute this is. I'm obsessed. There. I've been a really bad vlogger and I'm very unhappy with myself because I was charging you guys up last night, the whole of the night, so that I would have a full battery for what I was doing today, and then in a rush to get out the door I actually just left the camera behind. So yeah, sorry, I ended up taking a couple of videos on my phone, but my phone was pretty much on 20% when I left the house because I forgot to charge that overnight, very ironically. So by the time I met up with my friend at the market, my phone was on like 2%. So yeah, sorry, I meant to take you guys on a cute little trip with me to Barnes Market today, but didn't really happen. But I did. What did I just get? One thing? Yeah, I think I just got one thing. I went to a Swedish shop in Barnes because I think they've got a really big Swedish community there, but I am obsessed with Swedish snacks. I think they do it the best. I have been so spoiled my whole life because I've got family in Gothenburg. Every time we went there we got the best snacks. Like we got pick a mix. My friend who I was with today actually got like a proper like pick a mix bag from that shop. It is so fantastic. And I got these biscuits. If you know, you know. They are kind of like cinnamon and ginger biscuits and they are so nice for this time of year. I'm about to make myself a cup of tea and have some of these and maybe catch up on Steph's Vlogmas videos. I also need to read. I need to read Beartown. It will be an absolute stellar combination to be reading Beartown, which is set in Sweden, with my Swedish biscuits. The only thing is I do have a little romance readathon coming up and I think I might even start that tomorrow. So I will have to pause reading Beartown, which is, I think, the absolute killer for me. Like whenever I pause a book to read another one or do a readathon, it's over for the book before. Usually it results in a DNF. So I need to be very, very careful how I proceed. Guys, my brother just sent a bunch of videos. So my parents are actually in a choir together. I know, very, very wholesome. And they go to this, they go to this choir once a week and they've just had their kind of Christmas performance in church. My brother took loads of videos, so he's just sent them. Oh, I remember them rehearsing this one. Oh my god, sorry, that is so cute. I think I visited them at the beginning of November. I remember them going off to choir one evening and then coming back and they sang that song together to me, and oh my god, how cute is that? I wish I could have been there, but yeah, I am definitely travelling to my parents earlier than I was originally going to. I'm hoping to stay with them for like a week and a half. Anyway, I just thought I'd share that because it was absolutely adorable. No reading has been done yet, but I am currently watching Steph's vlog and I still need to taste test these biscuits. even though I've had them a million times, they still need a taste test, you know, quality check. This is winter in a biscuit. I love these biscuits. Oh, one broke. Oh, oh my god. That's the first time I've had one of these since February. Oh my god, that is literally like memory in a biscuit. It just takes me right back. These biscuits, top tier biscuits, I just love how thin they are. They're just like super crispy. I mean, you kind of have to like cinnamon to eat these. Although, I feel like my friend Emma doesn't like cinnamon, but she's obsessed with these. So maybe this is like the exception that proves the rule of people that don't like cinnamon. If you can find these near you, try them out because this is the perfect time of year for it. Guys, I couldn't be in a choir. I'm tone deaf. I actually can't sing. It's like the one thing that I wish I could do. You know, something I've always wanted to do, but I just don't know if it's like a thing. I would love to go in a soundproof room and just like belt my favorite songs, because I'm so self-conscious of singing, so I can't just sing around the house, like no way. I have to mouth everything. If I ever go to church, mouthing. But I love music so much and I love my favourite songs, and I try singing them in the car and it's just so embarrassing because whoever's with me can like hear my voice crack and stuff. I feel like I have one of the smallest ranges known to man. You guys can watch my Sweden video actually, because you can hear me sing in that video and I didn't do very well. Since this vlog has turned into an appreciation of Swedish culture, you guys might as well watch my vlog from February. It was mine and my friend's birthdays and we went to Stockholm, and honestly it was my favourite trip I've ever done with friends ever. I vlogged it. It was all on my phone, which is kind of funny because what I was talking about earlier, that I don't like vlogging on my phone. But yeah, it was before I got this camera, and despite it being on my phone, it's such a good vlog. That is one of my favourite vlogs I've ever done. Like, I was actually able to vlog with friends in public. Like, I never do that here. I'm not forcing you to watch that vlog, but I think you should. We don't want to sit too close to the front.
I don't mind sitting near the back actually.
Should we sit these two, F5 and 6? It's 8:40 for the both of us.
We don't even have to pay for parking, it's after 6 o'clock. Brilliant. That sounds great, Kate.
Yay! I just got off the phone with my mum because we are planning to see Wicked. I'm going to be rewatching Wicked, and I just asked her if she wanted to go because I feel like she really enjoys those kind of movies. She loves a musical. I don't think my dad's bothered to watch it, so we are going to be doing that the night that I actually get down there. I also booked my train tickets this morning, so I know when I'm going, and it just is so soon. I thought I'd be going down like 4 days later than I've decided to. So yeah, it's just nice knowing that I'm going to be there sooner because there's nothing really that I'm doing anymore. Like, yesterday was my last plans before Christmas, so yeah, I thought why not just like go to my parents early and just like enjoy being down there for a bit longer. Anyway, I'm gonna wrap up this vlog here because, as you can tell from the pink jumper, I'm about to start a 24-hour readathon reading holiday romances, which is genuinely the bookmas video I've been most excited to film this whole time. So the fact that it's today is making me very happy. I need it as well, like after reading this book. So I finished Winter Animals this morning and I have given it 2 stars on Goodreads. There are moments where I'm thinking that's too harsh, but genuinely I feel like this book, if I had to sum it up, is kind of like a wasted opportunity. I feel like it had so much and it just didn't really do anything with it. So like I said, we're following a group of young kind of post-university students from the UK. They're kind of rejecting societal norms. They're squatting in these chalets and abandoned hotels. It is such an interesting concept for a book. There was one character that was super interesting and I feel like we did get a bit more to the core of him, but just not entirely. So that's what I mean by like kind of like a wasted opportunity. Like, I feel like this had so much promise. Don't get me wrong, there was something that obviously kept me reading, but like I said earlier in the vlog, if it wasn't for the audiobook, like I probably would not have finished this book. That audiobook got me through. It did also veer more into thriller territory the further that I got into the book, but it was just like kind of the idea of a thriller, the suggestion of a thriller, because it was all psychological and like what could be going on, why one of the characters does kind of go missing. I feel like it didn't like fully commit to any one genre or idea. I feel like it introduced themes to us, but like also quite late in the book it didn't give itself enough time to develop those themes. So yeah, regretfully I do have to give this 2 stars. That sounded like I was about to say regretfully you're fired. Anyway, I'm just glad that I finished this, and it also does mean that I've completed my Goodreads goal for this year. So at the beginning of this year I did give myself the challenge to read 30 books, which is less than I have for the last like 4 or 5 years. Basically for the past 2 years I've not been reaching my Goodreads goal. So yeah, having actually reached 30 books, I'm so happy. It might seem like a small number to some, but I'm really happy with myself. I'm really pleased that I did it, especially because I've done it during bookmas. If you want to leave a comment below, let me know how many books you've read so far this year and if you've reached your Goodreads goal, because I'm super curious. I'm really nosy about that kind of thing, and like how many books people are reading. I haven't read any more of Beartown, so I'm going to save that for when I go to my parents and read it down there. I think it would be really cozy because they've got a fireplace. I can like cuddle up with the dogs and read that book, and I just think it would be the best vibe. I think that is it from me for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. It was definitely more of a chatty one. So yeah, that's it from me. That's it for Bookmas Day 7, and I will see you guys very shortly with another video. Bye.